Today, we're going to talk about how to find a house or an apartment to rent despite having a felony record. My name's Nate, and welcome to the Handcuffed to Freedom channel. This is a channel for anyone who is getting out of prison and wants to build a new life. Not only a new life, but a life of meaning and purpose. This is for family members who are welcoming home a loved one and want to share resources and support them in any way they can. And this is for anyone who believes in a second chance. So finding a place to rent with a felony record can be hard. Understatement. What generally happens is you have to apply for that place, and in that application, you have to pay an application fee, at which point they're going to do a background check, and then they can deny you. So what can end up happening is you end up spending a lot of money and you have no place to live. So I want to give you some tips and advice on how to navigate these challenges and also how to find a place where you're going to be happy, healthy, and whole. My first tip is to be upfront about your past. There's no hiding from it. You're just a Google search away. They can find out everything they need to know about you, and you're going to be paying for your own background check most likely. So it's going to pop up. The best thing is to be upfront and to lead with this, because it's going to show that you're forthright. It's going to show that you're honest and that you genuinely acknowledge your past and want to have a better life now. My second tip is going to be to write a short letter explaining your situation. Now, there's two reasons for this. Number one is because you are going to be applying different places. And before you apply, you're going to be writing letters to property managers or homeowners. And in those letters, you're going to be explaining your situation. So it's always good to have this block of text that you can just copy and paste for every rental that you are going for. And the second reason that I suggest doing this is because you're going to be sharing this story many times over this process. Now, every time you talk to a homeowner or a property manager, you are going to be explaining your situation. So to have it written out, it's almost like a script or an elevator pitch so that you can say what you mean in a very succinct and positive way. And it's something that you've written down and you've probably said it a lot of times by the end of the process. So it's really good to have that in writing. My third tip: don't submit rental applications without talking to someone first. So I can tell you that I learned this the hard way. I submitted a bunch of rental applications when I was looking for a place to rent, and I paid all of the rental application fees, which range anywhere from 20 to like $50. So I ended up spending about $400 before I realized that, maybe they're not going to let me live there. So maybe I need to talk to someone first and explain my situation. And so that's why I recommend, before you start submitting rental applications with rental application fees, talk to someone first.
So I will check and find out.
Yeah, if you do that, because I don't like to take the $40 if you're not going to
get it approved.
All right, my next tip is going to be to, if possible, speak to the homeowner and not the person managing the property. Now, if you're renting a house or a condo or something that is owned by a private party, you want to try to speak to that homeowner because they're the ones that are going to make the ultimate decision. Now, when you go to speak to them, tell them your elevator pitch. You know, this is who I was and this is who I am now. And I wanted to talk to you before I apply to rent because I want to know if it's going to be possible for me to rent from you, because if not, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. And I don't want to waste my money on the application fees. So just being straight up and honest like this, most likely you will get a straight up and honest answer. However, if you do not have access to a homeowner, if you're trying to rent an apartment or something along those lines, then you will need to talk to whoever's managing the property. And it's the same process. Look, this is my past. Can I live here? Should I apply? Now, there is something that kind of throws a wrench in the machine when it comes to that. And that's because there's something called the Fair Housing Act, which means that people can't legally discriminate against a group of people. So a lot of times you'll just get a lot of vague answers. And so a lot of times you might run into this because they're trying to not discriminate, even though they know that they're going to deny you because of your charges. So it really depends on what type of charge you have too, depending on what they accept in their neighborhoods and so forth. My next tip would be to avoid HOAs. How do you know if a place has an HOA? Well, it's usually that place with the manicured lawns and those nice little bushes and little Betty's outside waving and saying, hi, good morning. Those are HOAs, usually. And they are the devil. They are a way for a bunch of rich white people to legally discriminate against people. HOAs are horrible. I would suggest staying away from them because they're going to be all up in your business, especially if you have a record. They have nothing to do but with people. I mean, you can tell I might have a little bitter experience with HOAs, but I mean, if your dream home is in an HOA, I mean, there are ways to get in, and it's not necessary that you're going to be denied, and you might have a great experience with the HOA. But generally, HOAs are very strict and they're very exclusive, and so they don't want certain people in their neighborhoods. And meaning us with a felony record usually are not welcome. So keep that in mind. HOAs, not so good. But also, if you want to live in an HOA place, you could probably do it. Good luck. Another tip is make sure you have enough money saved up for all of your move-in costs. Generally, you're going to have to put down your first month's payment. You're going to have to put down a deposit, maybe even your last month's payment. So you're going to want to make sure that you have all of these funds available. You're going to want to make sure that you have all of the information, such as your income, your bank statements, anything that will help them make a positive decision in your favor. So you want to have all of these things ready and organized in a folder. So when you go to talk to them, you have it all right there and they see, okay, well, this person's really prepared. They seem like they're on top of their game. You give them a good impression. So despite whatever your past is, they're going to sense that, all right, you're on your shit. So that's one way. Another reason that you want to save up for move-in costs are because a lot of renters are kind of on the fence. They're thinking, okay, well, this person might be okay, but they might not. So one thing they might require is instead of just the first month's and a deposit, they might require the first month's, a deposit, and last month's. So if it comes down to that, where that's the deciding factor, if you can come up with the last month's rent and they're going to give it a shot, you want to have that ready. So it's always a good thing too to have in the back of your pocket, because if you can kind of sense that someone's like, oh, well, I don't know, maybe we could rent to you. I don't know. Be like, shwapa, I got last month's rent too. How about it? I mean, you don't have to do it like that because that's creepy, but you know what I'm saying. You should also reach out to your network. So the people that's going to be the strongest place that you're going to find a place to live. Now, if you don't know a lot of people, maybe you just got out and you don't really have a bunch of connections, hit some AA meetings, hit some places where there are fellowship, maybe church, if that's your thing. Go to these places where you're finding yourself surrounded by people and it's in a positive environment. I guarantee you're going to meet people that are going to help you out and to help you find opportunities and to lift you up. Also, if you're having trouble, let me know. I mean, I don't know a lot, but I know some stuff. And whatever I know, I want to help you out with. So I hope that this was helpful. I know that for me going through this process, I learned a lot. I made a lot of mistakes, and I want to help you not make those same mistakes. So until next time, poof. Freedom, baby. Woo! I don't know. Until next time. I need like a sign off thing. Until next time. Handcuff to freedom. No. Until next time. Babadoosh. Until next time. Hey. So until next time, you are not your past. You're whoever you choose to be right now. But that's a good one. I like that one. Is it too deep? Should I go funny? Handcuff to freedom, baby. Out. Ah.